Okay, okay. Hello and welcome. All right, so I am excited to be here and to share with you on something that I think is extremely important. All right, so I'm going to, and I hope you can see me as well. All right, my name is Tolu, and I am excited to be with you today. Now, I had tried to share previously from Zoom. I'm not sure if you saw this, but just in case, I'm doing this as well. Okay. I am super excited to be here with you today and to share with you the Ready for Anything Speaking Challenge. Now, I want us to first of all take a look at this. My name is Tolu Ekwe. I have been a public speaking coach for the past me, it's been because I want to help individuals to get out of that space where many of us are. Particularly, I'm talking about some of us professionals. You have studied hard, you have put in the work through the years, and you're at a point, maybe you're at your 40s, your 50s, and you're asking yourself, wait a minute, is there nothing more to me? And that was me at a point where a few years ago, I started to feel like I know that I've done well with my career. I know that I've made good progress, but there's more. And because there's more, I need to pursue this. And in pursuing this, I started to realize that one of the core parts of public speaking is impromptu speaking. And it's because with almost any other kind of speech, if you prepare adequately, you prepare your slides, you do your research, you get the script, you stand in front of the mirror or talk to your family, you prepare and practice until you're ready. And then you brace yourself and you go and you face the audience. You're expecting your name to be called, your name is called, you step up, you deliver. Easy. But when it's impromptu, you're not prepared. You're not given prior notice. You do not expect it. And yet, this is happening. And for many of us, that is difficult. We want to run. If you've run in this kind of situation, please drop a run in the comments. Yeah, so you want to run, okay? And it's understandable because most of us study in school and we learn that one very important thing to not do is fail. Some of us even study not to pass, but we just study not to fail. So we want to make sure that we're such so that we don't enter the fail zone. And if you approach life like that, then you want to do whatever you can to not fail. And for some, the reason why you don't want to speak when you are not prepared, when you're not given prior notice, is because you're afraid that you may fail, that you may not deliver properly, that you may say something you shouldn't have said, that you may not say something right, that you may be laughed at. And rather than risk being laughed at, we hold back in our safety, the safety of nothingness. And we avoid those situations because we don't want to be told that we were wrong. So, what drives me is to see intelligent, passionate, skillful people overcome that situation where they freeze in public, where they're afraid to deliver the value that they have. Because, hey, we know you're valuable. I love this quote. It's a paraphrase of another quote, but it says, the person who does not speak is not more powerful than the person who cannot speak. So powerful that I will say it again. The person who does not speak is not more powerful than the person who cannot speak. If you cannot speak, then you have no choice. But if you do not speak, you have a choice and you put in your vote to fail. To fail yourself, because opportunities to speak will come, and it's important to prepare for them. Am I advocating random, unnecessary, useless speech? No, of course not. I'm talking about those moments that are pivotal, those moments when your opinion can make a difference, but you choose to hold back. Those moments when you know that you have something to offer and that something may make a difference, but you're too scared to try. The real problem happens in life with missed job opportunities, awkward silences during introductions. Hmm. I know many of you have had these, right? You're at a networking event and you have the opportunity to say something to someone, or someone says something really nice and witty to you, but you're scared to respond. So you hold back and say nothing, and the moment becomes awkward. Mm. Or you make a poor impression at meetings because we call this meeting, you are here to represent your unit, and you have nothing to say. You actually have a lot to say. You're just so scared to say it that you end up saying nothing. And everyone's waiting on you and wondering, why are you here? Merely occupying space if you have nothing to say. And some people would rather just agree with everyone else. And it's been said that if two people always agree, then one of them is not thinking. So would you like to keep being the person who's not thinking? What about those lost sales? Can we ever quantify how many sales did not? When we could have introduced what we do, but we're too afraid to try. What about those collaboration that's in our hearts, but that nobody has ever heard? Now, what about the internal frustration of, I wish, I could have said, I should have said? So there are so many opportunities that life gives us to share. Asked to, would you just come up and say a few words to greet the audience? And you're thinking, few words? I don't even have one. Just let the ground open up and let me disappear. And then you say nothing. And that moment passes. And then your brain begins to kick in. And all the wonderful words that you could have said start to flow. And you have missed the opportunity. Or you're talking to a live audience on a prepared speech, the one that you expected, the one with the beautiful slides, the one with all the scripts and all the practice through the years. And then an unexpected question comes up. It's not on your list of FAQs, it's something you have contemplated in the past. And you start to resent the person who asked the question because they must be trying to make you look bad. No. What if you could be ready for any situation? What if rather than resent them, it's a challenge that makes you think and makes you use the skills that you get in the Ready for Anything Speaking Challenge? So why does it matter for you to be able to speak off the cuff? Obviously, it boosts your confidence. If someone asks you something you didn't prepare for and you're able to deliver and deliver in a way that's good, and you get this applause and you get this recommendation and you get the feedback that you did good, that's great. It's a confidence booster. Of course it is. Or what about the fact that it positions you as a credible leader? This is not just someone who reads off the scripts. This is not someone who's just regurgitating somebody else's thoughts, reproducing somebody else's work. This is someone reliable, someone who's seasoned, who's skillful, who's experienced, and who is knowledgeable in their area of specialty. It's a good thing. Or what if it's a situation where you're able to respond even under pressure? There are questions, there are concerns raised up from this side and that side and the other side, and you're able to say, hey, listen. And you're able to condense. Wow, wouldn't you love to be that person? We all admire that. It also makes you memorable and persuasive. We're not just thinking, oh, yeah, I bet you're reading from a script. We're able to hear you and see, yeah, this is wonderful. I would love to hear this person talk again. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to say, to turn what do I say into, do you know the confidence that comes from, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do? Zero confidence. What about, yep, I'm ready. Let's do this. For an unexpected thing, if you're called 10 minutes to the meeting and they say, hey, we need you to come and address the group on such and such a matter, and you say, watch me deliver. That's like, wow. Wow, confidence, right? So that's what we want to achieve. And it is very possible. And it comes from, yes, practice, but it comes from knowing what to practice. Somebody once said, practice makes perfect. And someone else once challenged it to say, practice makes permanent. You see, if you don't have the right skills and you keep practicing, those wrong skills that you have will become permanent. That will be your natural bent. You see a lot of speakers who tend to use pause fillers, and they've used them through the years. It's a natural bent. It takes a while to be able to break that habit. Okay, so we can build confidence because it's not something you're born with, but it is something that comes from building the skills and using them repeatedly. And those little successes grow into bigger successes. And even when you fail, like the child who walks, because their mom doesn't say, stop walking, you don't know how to walk. Their mom instead says, okay, you can do this, try again. So you will try again and you will succeed. And when you succeed a little, then you'll be encouraged to succeed again. And you will try again, and you may fail, but then you'll try again and you'll succeed. And this is how it works. And that's why I created this powerful experience called the Ready for Anything Speaking Challenge. It is fast-paced. It happens in just a 3-day period. And in that period, you get to conquer the fear of the unknown. Because if you face a fire, 2 people face a fire. One of them has no idea what to do. Poof! There's a fire in their face, and all they want to do is run. Another person knows that this fire has the potential to grow bigger if I don't do something about it, and I'm ready. I have a fire extinguisher in the corner, and they dash to the corner, they grab the fire extinguisher, and they put out the fire because they know what to do. Does the fire have less potential to burn the guy who had the fire extinguisher? No. But because he knew what to do, he was able to master it. It's the same way. Does the unknown become more scary for one set of people than the other? No. But in the Ready for Anything Speaking Challenge, we prepare you by teaching you what to do. And then we get you into real scenarios and give you real feedback. And you start to do it. And the more you do it, the more you will be ready for anything. So I hope you got value from this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the challenge. Guess what? We're starting today. Yeah, we're starting in a little bit. So we're starting in actually about 30 minutes. So who's going to join me? I'll be interested to see. Okay, see you again on the next one. Please don't forget, like this video, share it across with your friends and family, hit the notification bell so you always get notified when something new comes up on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye for now.